been around a long time. During its run, it's had a lot of games that have tried to kill the franchise. So today, we're going to be playing 5 of them and talk about why each one failed. The crazy part is, the last game almost succeeded in taking down COD. Let's dive in. Well, if you've played Battlefield before, we're starting this thing off right here with Battlefield 1. Yeah, if you're a COD guy or a Battlefield guy, you're probably like, Battlefield 1? Why didn't he choose Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4? And listen, I can explain and we'll talk about it. We're playing a team deathmatch because I did play every Battlefield recently and I realized that this game had team deathmatch, which is actually insane. I know this sounds really stupid of me, but I did not know that this had team deathmatch. And now that I know, I'm like, I need to play more of this because that's fantastic. First of all, I did play a warm-up game. We lost 100-20. So hopefully the team switched around a little bit. I guess there's no skill-based matchmaking in this game because whoops. First of all, it looks phenomenal. Oh my gosh, they're right there to the right already.
The enemies have struck.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know it was that close together. Thought they would spawn us on the opposite ends or something. Let's try that again. This game, it released in 2016. And you're probably going to yourself, 2016? What was going on in 2016 on the COD realm? Well, let me catch you up. The jetpack era. So if you're a COD guy, an OG guy, whatever you want to call it, a lot of people were upset with the decisions COD was making for the franchise. 2016 in particular was a little game called Infinite Warfare. And yeah, Infinite Warfare was not well liked. You didn't know that. Yeah, baby. Let me get some backup. I hear people. Somebody on me? No, you ain't doing that, baby. So if you remember Infinite Warfare, that game had, I think, either the most dislikes in gaming history YouTube or the most disliked ever in YouTube. So either way, it wasn't good. Let's just say that. And by the way, this game is so fun to play. Some of you guys roasted me. Oh my gosh. Some of you guys roasted me and said, he said Battlefield 1 was a 6 out of 10. Well, let me say something. Battlefield 1 I was playing on PC and the servers were not that populated. So this is populated because I'm on console and I'm having a blast. And I gave it a 9 out of 10 if the servers were good. So all you guys, shush. But anyway, back to the story. Infinite Warfare was the most disliked game ever. And this was like the real opportunity for like oh my gosh. No! This was a real opportunity for Battlefield to like take the market back because like I said, Battlefield 3 and 4, I feel like were really close. Call of Duty was not really making mistakes back then. You know, that was the golden era of COD. So it was, sheesh, what was it? COD 4 through Modern Warfare 3. Like everybody was playing Call of Duty and they really had no issue with it. Yeah, you would play Battlefield as like a secondary game if you were really into it. But other than that, you were grinding COD. Now this one, again, COD, the jetpack era, people liked Black Ops 3. It kind of depended on who you were. But everybody on Infinite Warfare, they were not a fan. So this is crazy. This is team deathmatch. This is some stuff everywhere. I am moving and grooving. Except for my aim is not very good. Bust through the door, baby. I got you. I got you. I got you. Somebody get my back. This map goes all the way over here. No. No! So anyway, I just remember this game dropping its trailer with like the big, I don't even know why I don't know the name. If you know what the name of it is in the comments, please let me know. It's like that big air balloon. I, for some reason, cannot remember what it's called. And it had like the white stripes. Dun, 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 dun. And it was like they were going back to their roots, like the World War II, World War I era. And then Call of Duty was like, we're just going to keep making jetpacks. And people were like, we're tired of that. Please stop. So I don't have a real reason why this failed to kill COD. I think number one, COD played a little bit of offense. They, instead of putting out Infinite Warfare by itself, which would have been a dreadful idea, they instead released COD 4 Remastered. And I don't know if they had that planned the whole time or what, but it was a very smart decision on their end. I think without that, Battlefield 1 could have been the game that like really put a dent in Call of Duty's money making, all that stuff. I'm dead. I'm dead unless this guy's a bot. Wait a second. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. What is going on? Is that, what is that? Do I have a glitch? What is going on? What is happening? So if you're like me and you're a COD guy, I ended up playing COD 4 Remastered literally the entire year. I think I played Infinite Warfare for maybe 25 minutes. And honestly, the way that they did COD 4, the way they refreshed the game, and I know supply drops are not really looked upon very well, but I felt like they did it in a way where you could earn stuff, and it was very... I'm dead. I'm dead. It was very rewarding to play that game again. That is one of my favorite CODs 2 ever. So I'm like, I could not be mad for getting a remaster. The only one I would have really enjoyed was a World at War remaster, but we didn't get that. What I love about this game though is the feel of it. The fact that they really kind of never die. I feel like CODs, yes, you can go back and play old CODs, but you know, they really don't, you know, you have hackers, you have all this. With the Battlefields, they have like server browser, and so I really enjoy. I don't know how that guy didn't kill me, but what is up with the smoke grenades in this game? I mean, I'll take it because I'm using it to my advantage. Is that a smoke grenade? Is that a glitch? What? Whoa! My man came out like this. Confidently. Like I said, I warmed up and lost. This one's not as bad. We lost 120 last game. Now it's 160. We must be against a team here. But anyway, Battlefield 1, I really feel like this was as close as Battlefield got. You know, and they had another chance with Battlefield 42 when Vanguard was released, but they botched the release. So, you know, come on, Battlefield, get it together. Well, you may recognize this game. This is Halo 4. Not Halo 3, not Halo 2, not Halo 1, not Halo Reach, Halo 4. And for me, this is the one where I felt like Halo was really trying to take down Call of Duty. In my opinion, Halo has always seemed to have kind of been in its own lane. It was kind of doing its own thing. Yes, it was an arena shooter. This feels fantastic. I'm gonna be terrible at this, by the way. Don't. Okay, well, maybe everybody else is terrible too. Come on. Come on. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? This is stupid, but I'm doing it. Yes! Let me give you a little backstory of Halo here. Bungie owns Halo. They get rid of it after Reach. And again, they've always kind of stayed in their lane. I always felt like. And then it felt like when 343 took over and made their own Halo with Halo 4, they were really going to COD. So this game came out in 2012, and that obviously was Black Ops 2, which thinking about that game makes me want to cry. Or if you didn't know, Halo never had running. It never had abilities. Like, and when I mean abilities, I'm talking about like this, calling in a Spartan laser. That was not in all the other Halos. Yeah, they had power weapons and stuff like that, but not like this, which I don't even know if I've ever used this before, to be honest. Oh, this is like the Halo 3 one. Oh yeah, I'm terrible with that. I deserve that. I deserve that. But I feel like the running, and I don't know, man, something just didn't click with the community. And I honestly feel like the running was pretty cool and like different. I feel like games have to kind of adapt to the current landscape of gaming. I forget how to melee. Is it B? I feel like Halo, they actually tried to do something different for the first time, and it felt like Halo 3, I know they all did something different in their own capacity, but like I feel like this, when they really tried to do something different, I don't always know if it connects with the audience, but when I go back and play it in today's mind, like it feels pretty good. Hit detection feels great. The running actually doesn't feel that bad. Now, the ability thing was kind of weird, but that was like a Halo Reach thing too. So, I mean, you can't really blame it on 343 for trying it. Hey, buddy. I was gonna say, this thing, there's no way I'm gonna die, right? But you guys have to let me know in the comments. Did you enjoy Halo 4? I mean, I feel like when you look at reviews, when you look at kind of the community talking about Halo 4, it's never really in a good light. It's always like, wow, they really botched that game. So I don't know. I really don't know what to think about this, but I definitely feel like this was the first time Halo really tried their hand. And unfortunately, it came out when, you know, COD was literally at its best because it was Black Ops 2. Watch this. honestly, too, another thing that I'm thinking about when I'm playing this game, they really tried to speed the game up in general. And maybe that's why it feels like pretty solid and compared to like the games we have now. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't remember this. Yeah, I don't remember this. I don't remember this at all. Move. See, this feels fantastic, but I don't think the Halo community was ready to be this cracked. But as you can tell, the 3-4-3 method has been speed the game up because they sped up Halo 5 too. I feel fantastic. I really do. I am. Somebody get that. Somebody get that. Somebody clean that up for me. Next kill wins. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. I gotta say, man, Halo 4, I know that this is not looked upon real good, but my gosh, that felt fantastic to play. Maybe I should get back on Halo more often. It didn't kill COD at all. It failed big time, and they've been struggling ever since this game, but that was really fun. I think this might be a game that you guys recognize as well, too. Next up, we have Titanfall 2. And I'm playing all these games, by the way, on the Xbox, so when you see a game, and if you're wondering if it's populated on your console, well, if you have an Xbox, this is your answer. Titanfall 2 is a game where I feel like always people ask, is this game dead? Is this game populated? I want to see how long this takes to get into a match, and I want to show you guys. Estimated wait 44 seconds. I mean, that's not terrible if it's actually 40 seconds. Okay, so we're still searching for a player, but I'm going to be completely honest with you. I totally forgot this game had class setups. Possibly another reason why many people consider it a Call of Duty killer, and obviously this is a failed one because we can't even get into a match nowadays. But I mean, look at all this. They have light machine gun, sniper, shotgun, grenader, pistol. Hang on a second. We're in, baby. I'm obviously going to be doing a submachine gun class just because that's just the way I do it. I like to run and gun. This has kind of got me a little fired up. I'm not going to lie. I got my grapple, Titan Scorch. I can't remember what that is, to be honest, but I do remember this map a little bit because I think this map might have been in the beta. We got a 4v4. Oh, my sensitivity feels like it's through the roof. Default is 2. That's insane. But anyway, let me get back to my story. This game is actually made by Respawn Studios, which, if you didn't know, that was a studio that formed from, actually, an old Call of Duty studio, aka a lot of the people from Infinity Ward. So it felt like when this game Titanfall came out, it was really trying to be I wouldn't say a Call of Duty clone necessarily, because I think that's not fair to the developers of the game, but they were definitely going at Call of Duty. That's for sure. And I think that's the thing that people kind of forget because sit down, man. This put Call of Duty on scramble mode as well. That's the kind of the funny thing as well. They were not doing jetpacks at all. And then Titanfall 2 or Titanfall 1 comes out on the Xbox One. I think it was the release day title. And after that, here comes the jetpack era of Call of Duty, which is so wild to think about. I forgot that this game had grunts, which are literally bots. I mean, I guess it's good. You get your confidence up, you get a couple shots in, you know, but I'm not a big fan of bots in a game, personally. Oh, I'm not a big fan of that, too. I'm not a big fan of that. So Titanfall 1, there were some things that you couldn't do in that game, I remember, and it was like, all right, this is missing a couple things that could really make this game really good. Titanfall 1 had a lot of missing stuff, so people really didn't classify it as like a COD killer, I guess. I know I keep saying that word, but then Titanfall 2 came out, and I remember like being, I think they didn't have like team deathmatch or something. Like that was the one thing that I'm like, man, I would love to just hop on this game, play some team deathmatch, and go from there. And it didn't have it. I'm like, all right, well, I think that's kind of a mistake. And Titanfall 2 kind of fixed all that. So they had multiple modes. They had modes where you didn't have to have a Titan. I know this sounds crazy. You wanted to play Titanfall without a Titan? Yeah, every once in a while I did. I wanted to play a little team deathmatch. So they bring all that stuff, and it just wasn't enough. I don't know. It felt like the jetpack style of movement people did not jive with. And then Call of Duty goes and copies it, and that sends Call of Duty in some sort of like, I mean, that was the biggest run of all time for a lot of people with that game. And it was solely because of Titanfall. This is an enemy, guys. This is an enemy right here, right here. Okay, this gun's terrible. This gun's legitimately terrible. Yeah, yeah, baby. Can I get out of this thing? You can get out of this thing. Oh yeah. They put this game in between like COD. They put it in between Battlefield. So it had like this insane competition on launch. And many people that are Titanfall, like big time fans of Titanfall, they will tell you this game never got a fair shake at anything. Did I just get punched? It's 100% true. This game comes out maybe in like March or something where there wasn't a lot of, you know, everybody gets that stale feeling at the end of these first person shooters. And you toss this thing in the mix with this improved, you know, having team deathmatch and not having to have the pilots every time. I'm telling you, they would have done damage. And then instead, it fails. It bombs completely despite the good reviews. Respawn Studio kind of puts this game in the trash. People have been looking for Titanfall 3 for forever. But instead, I think they kind of chose Apex Legends as their next kind of big thing. Except for this guy. But dude, the movement in this game, I'm enjoying this video because I'm playing all of these on Xbox and everybody's kind of at the same advantage. I feel like console gaming might be the move in the future too. I know this has really nothing to do with the video, but it's just an opinion of mine. Man, when I've tried to play all those Battlefields on PC, look at this. I forgot I could do this. Come on, get in there. Get in there, baby. Yeah. Taking advantage of it. Look at the slide over. I mean, this is what I'm talking about, man. Movement games get a lot of flack nowadays. I mean, you're already seeing Black Ops 6 get roasted. I mean, people do not like crazy movement games anymore. I don't know what it is. If you go back and play like COD 2, COD 4, those games they are slow movement games. This was always my biggest complaint with this game was the Titans. And listen, I know I've already said that, but it just, I'm just more of like I want to just fight 1v1 with people. And that's that. All right, let's see if he... Oh, this would be big. Wait, what? Wait, what? When did that ability come in the game? Where's he go? Wait a second. That's an Apex ability. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Where did that guy go? Like, you can legitimately see the Apex influence in all this stuff. The grapple, the stim, the cloaking stuff, even the movement. Like, obviously the other game does not have wall running and stuff, but just even the small left and right motion feels a lot like Apex if you guys have played it. Give us Titanfall 3. I'm saying it. Let's start the chant in the comments, guys. If you want Titanfall 3, type it in the chat. Let's go. Come on. Look at the stim. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Okay, I just had to figure out what this game was all about. It's been years, man. How do you get up there?
Get out of there.
My final words, Titanfall or Respawn. Give us another Titan. Pause Apex for a little bit. I know it's your baby. I got to get to the dropship. Okay, if I get to the dropship, there's going to be a Titanfall 3. Well, we've come to a game right now that you probably never, ever expected to see, maybe ever again, or maybe you have no idea what you're even looking at. This is a game called Medal of Honor. Yes, and if you've been around the community for a while, you know, even in the first-person shooter community, you know that this game actually was around before Call of Duty was. So you're kind of confused on why it's a failed Call of Duty killer. Well, let me explain. This game came out a long time ago. The people that developed this game left, made Call of Duty, and they kind of, you know, they did their thing, obviously, and Medal of Honor had kind of sat dormant for a long time. They had not made a game in a while. They tried with Airborne, and it did okay, but, you know, with this game, Medal of Honor, coming out in 2010, they saw the piece of the puzzle that was possibly get themselves in the modern setting and try to make a comeback and make a big comeback. And they announced this game. I can remember to this day when they announced it, I'm like, holy crap, like, this could be good. This could be competition for Call of Duty and for anybody else. But unfortunately, when the game came out, it did not do very well. It did not do very well at all. It actually, if you played the game back then, most people were calling it a knockoff Battlefield because, well, it was made by EA, so it kind of does make sense. But it really felt like it was like a watered down Battlefield. It wasn't even trying to compete. It was trying to compete with COD, but it wasn't. It just fell flat everywhere. The campaign was very mid. The gameplay was very mid. What you're seeing here is actually another YouTuber's gameplay. We have his info down in the description below. You can't even play this game anymore. I bought the game. Let's see if I can find it. I bought the game. I bought the game. I went out to go to the store to go play some multiplayer, and they shut the servers down. You can't even play the game anymore. What is up with these companies shutting the servers down? So if that doesn't tell you it's a failed Call of Duty killer right there, I don't know what else will, because you can't even play the game. All you can do is play the campaign, and I highly suggest you just don't do that. So I wasted $5 for this video. So if you can leave a like and subscribe, that would really help me out. But anyway, if you remember Medal of Honor, let me know in the comments. Also, the fact that this thing bombed, there has not been a Medal of Honor since. I think there might have been one, and it was a VR. So we're not even going to count that. So Medal of Honor is pretty much dead. They failed. Next game. It's the game you were all wondering this entire video. What was the game that almost took down Call of Duty? And it pains me to say this, but it is XDefiant. Here's the thing. I got a lot to say about this game when we load in. And some of you may agree with me, some of you may not agree with me, but we still need to talk about it, okay? Anyway, this game came out this year, actually, which is kind of crazy to think about. I feel like I've been playing this game forever. It finally got a release date after a very long time. Oh, yeah. Okay, aim doesn't feel terrible. Oh, wow. Oh, dude, this game is so fun. Okay, let me get you into my thoughts here. This is XDefiant. I think if you are a Call of Duty guy, you obviously know what game this is. Regardless of what you want to say about this game, their goal was to compete with Call of Duty. It's just that simple. And honestly, I think they've done a pretty good job. Now, the reasoning that people think that this game is already dead is because, oh, it didn't actually take out Call of Duty. And here's the thing. They would be correct. It did not. It failed. It failed big time. But in my opinion, there's two things that I want to say about this. Number one, it doesn't necessarily mean that this game is dead because it didn't take down Call of Duty. You need to think of this game through a long-term lens. They are not trying, I don't think, to like say fully take down Call of Duty, because I don't think that's ever going to be a thing. I don't think there's going to be a game that actually can take down this Call of Duty. But I think that they're in this for the long haul. I mean, they've went with a free-to-play approach, which is, I think, important. They're updating the game frequently. They're adding game modes. They're adding maps. The game is fun. Isn't that what we want from a game? Like, why are we punishing them for trying to make a fun game? I mean, this is unbelievable, man. I play XDefiant still. I play it on PC normally, but this is like what we've been looking for from a game. Why did I do that? Can they shoot me through that and I can't shoot through that? So I'll give you a quick rundown if you haven't followed the situation, but this game's beta came out during MW2. And MW2, you've heard it from me, you've heard it from me in the podcast. I legitimately thought that was the worst Call of Duty I've ever played in my entire life. I couldn't stand it. I was so angry that was a COD, especially labeling it MW2, where it's like, wow, we are giving this game the title of MW2. It's disgusting. So the beta comes out. People are loving this XDefiant beta. They're like, you guys got to release this now, release it now, release it now. And they're like, we got this issue, we got this issue. And people were kind of frustrated with them for delaying the game multiple times and kind of just doing betas, which I don't know anything about game development, so I can't be like, yeah, that was a dumb decision. But I can tell you this, the people that said that they kind of missed their mark to release it during MW2, I do agree with that. And I think that's the reason that this game was very close to being that COD killer, but wasn't, because the problem was it kind of woke Call of Duty up. It was like, okay, people want slide canceling back. People want movement back. People want this and that. They want to feel that OG feeling of COD. And this was bringing it back for everybody. It was just kind of weird to see another franchise to do that. I mean, this game's phenomenal. It's flat out phenomenal. It feels, I mean, I haven't played it in a couple weeks, and if this game gets a search and destroy mode, I will be back on it. You can bet your bottom dollar that. Okay, what is happening? No, I used my ability. Speaking of abilities, I enjoyed Call of Duty when they had those abilities. I don't know why. I just felt like it spiced the gameplay up a little bit. Again, going back to, you know, missing their mark, MW3 comes out, and I still don't think it was the best COD. I think they were kind of assigned that, and it was kind of just covering their tracks, which they could have just put out MW2 with MW3 movement, and I think all would have been fine, and this would have never been a discussion. But you know how Call of Duty likes to operate. I think having MW3 be a pretty solid game and have all the MW2 maps, it just hurt this game in terms of reputation. And you know how people are in real life now. It's like if a whole group of people start saying, you know, this game's dead, this game's dead, this game's dead, it's like the perception, the public perception just changes. It's just so, it's such odd behavior to me. Like I said, I still enjoy playing this game. I'm gonna keep playing this game, especially whenever they decide to bring Search and Destroy. I cannot wait for that, dude. But I really do think that they missed their opportunity to be a COD killer. But now they just need to focus on being their own game. Because you know what? Games like Apex, games like Halo. Well, Halo's a bad example, actually. But games like Apex, I mean, even games like Rainbow Six, they've just kind of been themselves. Even Fortnite, I mean, I know these are random games I'm kind of selecting, but they've been themselves. They really haven't, you know, tried to copy. I mean, they've copied, but yes, but they've also been themselves. And I think that's what this game needs to be. Be themselves. It's free to play. You're always going to have people on a free to play game. That's just what it is. Oh my gosh. Just stay the same. Don't do anything crazy. But you have to let me know, guys. What do you think? Did you think XDefiant kind of blew it when they were trying to kill Call of Duty? Are they still in the running? Are you still playing this game? Or are you just kind of like, yeah, they missed their mark. I'm over it. Okay, I need to use my ability and disappear. Well, excuse me. It's funny too. I actually talked to one of the devs. One of the devs' names is Aches, and he even told me like their main goal is to compete long term. Like they are not in this thing to like get a quick rich fix and disappear and not update the game. So I think that's really a positive thing. I don't remember how this game mode works though. Is this like one of those things where we're trying to obviously we're trying to stop them from getting in our base? But eventually they're going to do it, right? Okay, they have 2 minutes to do it. So they're going to get it eventually. I don't want to just use this ACR. Oh my. See what I'm saying? No, I didn't want to do that. I thought it was the invisible.
Eliminate the hostiles so they can't advance the...
Man, XDefiant. That was so fun, actually. It's not a COD killer. It came close. Boy, it's still fun. Go play it, man. It's free to play. And there you have it. Call of Duty killers that failed. Out of all 5, which one did you think was actually the closest to being the COD killer? Or do you think one of these actually is a COD killer and I'm wrong? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you in the next one.